I'm back in this bitch. I'm back in this bitch.
Man, shit, you ready to tell these villain stories now? Of how man you became villains when it comes to women? I done told like 3 stories now, so you
Shit.
might have to start with yours.
Shit, before I do that, I want to talk to the youngins right quick. I want to talk to the youngins that having their problems with their girlfriends or getting, their first girlfriend, or what I'm saying. I guess you could flip this and really, the girls can use this for their boyfriends or whatever, or the boys that they want to get with. But this was back in middle school in Georgia. This was that school I was talking about in Georgia, with the ID numbers and shit. This is Couch Middle in Gwinnett County, man.
I think giving y'all the exact coordinates.
Hell yeah, man! I'll never forget it. I'll never forget how this shit went down. So I'm in, what I'm saying? This is 7th grade. And I'm trying to get used to Georgia and shit like that, because for the longest I had been in Detroit. I ain't never been nowhere else. I've been to New York and shit like that here and there. But
I didn't even know that. You went to New York? Okay.
Yeah, I went to Buffalo, New York, nigga. That shit was kind of lit. I ain't gonna lie to you. But yeah, I was in Buffalo. I actually fucked up a building over there, and I had the race, and them niggas was fixing it. I came back and they fixed it. They didn't see me break shit. They just fucking. I just was, because it was a fucking empty building. And I used to always go over there and play and shit, and like with the wood and shit. And one day it was like this door. And I put the wood like in between, like it was like, I don't know what the hell it was. It was like I guess they could put the mail in or whatever the hell. I put some wood in there and I jumped on the wood and I broke the glass and then like split. And I was looking, oh
bro,
my God.
You was even a chaotic menace to society in other states, bro. I thought that was just a Michigan thing, but you was, man.
Oh no, it's everywhere, especially it's here in Massachusetts. I ain't gonna lie to you, but back to this sad, down bad story. I was like, I never had a girlfriend prior, but like I had always tried to get a girlfriend, but it just never worked out. So it was me. I had these 3 friends. It was me, it was Kevin, and it was Abraham. Abraham was from Bosnia. Kevin was, black like me and shit. I guess he was from Georgia.
But I'm laughing. I was just about to ask what was that name. I'm like, Abraham. What's the?
He spelled it with an I too. So yeah, Abraham. But he's from Bosnia. And we was all WBE nerds too. Funny enough. They were nerds. It's funny because they were classified as nerds and unpopular, but I was somewhat popular because I was cool with everybody. Like I was cool with everybody. I was cool with everybody then, and I was like probably the most popular person in my high school in Massachusetts when I was in the 12th grade. And man, I knew every fucking person. If you was new in there and I didn't know you, yeah, nigga, you were an outcast. Fuck that. But
you acting like you was the trick of Detroit now. Like you got to speak to Corey if you come to my city, nigga.
Hell yeah, nigga. Fuck you mean, boy. You shit. Fuck a passport, nigga. Come to me. Let's see if I let you in my city.
This is no fly zone, nigga. If you come through and you don't speak to me, that's a problem.
All right. I'm some big Tony shit. What you talking about? Motherfucker. So me, Kevin, Abraham, we all shared this class. I think it was a literature class, and the teacher's name was Miss Vaughn. I had this class with a girl named Dominique, who was pretty as hell, man. So I shared a class with Dominique, and I mean, I was crushing on her big time, bro. Like me and her were friends. Like I tried to build some confidence, and I talked to her from time to time and stuff like that. Actually, no, I'm capping on that, because the first time I ever spoke to her, we went to a library. The whole class had went to the school library. And we were doing like this, like we were looking for books that we were supposed to read, because Miss Vaughn had set out a challenge to where we had to get a book and read it for the whole summer and come back and then tell everybody about the book. So, and went to the library, and I thought of this super clever thing in my head. I'm like, you know what? Okay. All right. So I went up to Dominique and I was like, so I'm just telling you, there's like this. I was told by this guy that likes you. He wants you to look for him. And she was like, she was smiling and everything. She was looking at me. She was like, oh,
She didn't even know who it was. She was happy to hear that.
I was like, it's a guy my height, kind of look. He kind of looks like me. Well, I was like, he's light skinned and all that stuff. And she was like, oh, so somebody your height looks like you, huh? I said, yeah. So I'm thinking she was not. Thinking back on it, yeah, she definitely knew what the fuck I was talking about. I definitely was talking about myself, but I'm thinking like at the time I didn't think she knew. Like I was talking about myself, but she was cheesing like nigga. She was smiling heavy as hell.
So you thought that she knew the joke, or she
too.
really thought you were talking about somebody else?
I thought at the time she was talking like she thought that I was talking about somebody else. So so I told her to go look for the dude. I was like, he told you to go look for him. So I mean, like the clues and everything. I don't know if you want to ask me for hints and stuff. She was like, oh yeah, I'll definitely come back to you for hints. And like, I was trying to talk to her and stuff periodically and everything like that. And I'm like, so I like every class, like this stemmed out for like 2 weeks in class. So I asked her like every day in class, I'm like, you getting any warmer with that search? She was like, I think I am getting warmer with it. She kept on saying she was getting warmer with it and shit like that. And then one day she had said that she needed like all the hints. Like she was tired of like waiting. Like she just wanted all the hints. Like, so she could find out who it was.
Is that where the all the meme started for your name? Like all the hits?
Hell no.
That's what that started?
No. Definitely not. Nope. My fan base, my subs make that shit up. So shit. Credit to TKG for that. But yeah. It was one class where we didn't go to the library. But I was telling Kevin and Abraham, I'm like, man, I'm tired of waiting on it, bro. Like I need to ask her out. I didn't want to do it myself though, but Kevin and Abraham were real
because
niggas.
You were younger. I'm not gonna blame you for this. This is understandable coming from a younger dude,
right? But mind you, this is my first girlfriend too, so I don't know how to go about this shit.
Yeah, which is why I understand. I probably would have been acting the same way. I ain't tripping.
Right. So I left class. I went to go use the bathroom. I come back. And
I'm about to say, don't say your teacher was talking shit about you. You know what happened to me, nigga.
No. So I'm about to suspend you, Corey. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, you have to wait. Like, shit. I mean, shit. I had to ask her permission to leave. Shit. But I come back and Kevin and Abraham are like, they laughing and shit. They're not laughing, but they're like, man, oh my God, like we got something to tell you after class. So I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, what? So I leave class. We like their bell rings and I go to them. I'm like, what's up? She was like, we asked Dominique out for you. I'm like, y'all asked Dominique out for me. I wasn't even mad. I was like happy.
Did you tell them that?
Like I didn't say shit. I just was so nervous about doing it myself. And they knew that I probably wasn't gonna do it myself because it was a gag between us at this point. Where I kept on saying I'm gonna do it, and I just wouldn't do it. Like I would not pull the trigger for shit.
Okay, they was getting sick of that. Crazy Abraham, he was getting sick of hearing that shit. But let's just ask Dominique for him. Yeah. This nigga shy.
Right. So they went up. They told me how they went about it. They went up to her, and they had told her pretty much the whole spiel. Like he really wants to be with you and stuff like that. Kevin and Abraham wound up telling me that. She said that she was waiting on me to ask her out for the longest. And when I heard that part, like I was blushing like shit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. So she had came out with everything. She said, oh, I've been waiting for him to ask me out. I thought he was the cutest boy in the school, all this shit. So when they told me that, mind you, okay, Dominique's already up the hall. So I'll run up. I'm behind Dominique at this point. I come up to Dominique and I'm like, hey, so Kevin and Abraham told me that they asked you out for me. Is that true? And she was like, yeah, they did. And I was like, what did you say? And she was like, oh, I said, yeah. Nigga, the look on my face. I had stopped in the hallway and I'm doing this fucking dance. I'm like, yes, nigga. Oh, dude, I'm beating the fuck out of somebody like her. I'm like, yes, girlfriend, nigga. I'm going crazy. Even like telling a story now, it's like so wholesome. Like the feeling that I had.
Wait a minute. Hold on. That celebration thing you just said sounds familiar. Wasn't that your reaction when you got with Abby Tribble? Isn't that what happened then? I thought she was your first girlfriend.
No, she was my second one.
No, I'm gonna have to go back
She was
and
the
listen to
first.
that story. I saw you said that was probably your first interracial
She was my
girlfriend.
Oh yeah, she was my first white girlfriend for sure. Dominique was my she was my first girlfriend. She was black. She was
I was about to say,
definitely
is
black.
that your first and only? Because if you dated another black white girl, that's the story for another day.
Couple, but it's been pretty desolate for the white girls. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Keep them,
but shit. You know what I'm saying? But when she had told me that, I stopped, and she looked at me too, and she was smiling while she was telling me that. Like, this whole story was so fucking wholesome, dude. Like, I'm probably blushing right fucking now telling.
Hold on, how is this a villain story? Then this sounds like all good shit. How's this a villain?
No,
story?
this not a villain story. After this, oh yeah,
okay, my bad. I thought that's where we was at this whole time.
this is the warm up for the villain story, because shit, from how wholesome this is to the fucking villain story. Oh yeah,
all right, for sure.
But
I'm telling my villain story as soon as you get done with this one, bro. I got
for sure. Oh yeah, for sure. I'm rolling right off of that. But me and Dominique, she had looked at me. She was smiling, but she kept on walking. We had the same homeroom, so she went into the homeroom, and yeah, I was in the hallway just celebrating. And I went up to Abraham and Kevin. I'm like, yo, y'all are real as hell. Thank you so much. And Kevin was like, you owe me. I was like, you owe me now. I was like, oh,
what the fuck can I possibly give you as payment for that? Nigga, somehow owe you.
He liked the girl, and now I have to hook him up. And man, okay.
You can't really control that though. You could go to that girl and be like, hey, my man's Kevin he got a crush on you. He trying to talk to you.
Oh, for sure.
Like,
yeah, I did.
Like, you can't control that.
I did. Look, okay, to make a long story short, I went up to the girl that he was talking about, because he had liked a girl named Jennifer, a white girl. And I asked her out for him. I was like, my boy Kevin, like, I'm a good ass wingman. I ain't gonna lie to you. I get any dude with any girl with any guy. Shit, it don't fucking matter. Shit, I get motherfuckers married out this motherfucker. I have actually. That's a story time for another day. Oh, for sure, definitely. As misogynistic as I somehow am, but
that's gonna be the thumbnail for that story too. It's a Coach the Love Doctor. All right, I'm already calling
it. For sure. That story time will come another season for sure.
Gotcha.
But so me and Dominique, so okay, as wholesome as this story has been, this is where it starts going fucking shit, right? So I go to that homeroom. I'm sitting next to Dominique. I'm holding her and everything like that. Like, I don't know how to do things. I don't know how to kiss a girl. I don't know how to hold a girl. I don't know how to do shit. But I'm like holding her hand and stuff like that. And we're sitting at this shit. My hand is sweating like fucking crazy. Like, I'm sweating badly. She looks over at me and she's like, "Are you all right? You're very pale, but you're blushing too." I want to throw up, nigga. I'm like, God damn. Like, you know, I'm like, I'm all right. I'm good.
Man, it's good that like you're nice with women now.
Class together.
Was not like that at first.
Oh hell no, I wasn't. So I dropped the fucking ball with Dominique. Mind you, I did not know how being with a girl worked. I didn't know at all. Like, I didn't know. So I didn't go take her to her class. I didn't sit with her at lunch. I didn't do shit. I didn't even have her number. Me and Dominique never fucking spoke. we never fucking talked. We never talked after that fucking we established that we were actually together. We established that
was the grand opening, grand closing.
That day was the greatest day of my life, and fucking after that, I'm like, all right, like, but now, like, I was like
you just had to check that stuff off your list, like, get a girlfriend, check, all right, but.
All right, now fuck this bitch. But I had her on Facebook, and this was at the time where I added friends on Facebook, and I didn't add like family members. And I still had family members, nigga. Oh my god. Whew, my early Facebook was horrible, but
Can't relate, though. I never had a Facebook. Can't relate.
shit, don't get on it. That shit is for the birds. But I never talked to her. I never fucking spoke to Dominique. But there was one class where there was this nigga named Mohammed that was talking to Dominique, and I looked over at Mohammed. I'm like, please stop talking to my girlfriend before I beat your ass, bro. He wasn't even saying nothing disrespectful. He was just talking to her. I looked back at Dominique and I was like, is he bothering you? Dominique was like, no. I was like, shit. All right. I'm looking at Muhammad. He was like, bro, are you all right? I'm like, nah, bro, just don't talk to my girlfriend, nigga. Like, don't talk to her. Mind you, I didn't say nigga like that. I didn't cuss like that either. Like, I didn't really cuss like that. I said fucking shit and damn, but I never said nigga. That was my first time saying nigga for like ever. So I said, don't talk to her, nigga. Like, for real. So after class, they made some big deal out of me and Dominic. Like, they were like, y'all never hug, y'all don't kiss, y'all don't do nothing.
And that was news to you. You was like, shit, y'all all right. We don't do that shit.
In my head, I'm like, shit. In my head, I'm like, I didn't like to this day, I don't like having a lot of attention. I don't like being the center of attention still to this day. So in my head, I'm like, man, if y'all niggas don't get the fuck on. It was this nosy ass girl named named Cheyenne. She was talking about some Cheyenne and Josh. It was this gay nigga named Josh. So they were like, oh, y'all need to hug, y'all need to kiss or something. So Dominique was all shy, talking about something like, we don't have to do that right now. He doesn't want to do that with me. He doesn't want to do that with me. So I was like, man, fuck it, let's do it. So I hugged Dominique. And then I whispered something in her ear. I'm like, these motherfuckers are annoying. Let's talk after class. So that interaction right there made Dominique blush, and she was happy as hell from just that. Because I actually was speaking to her actually after that. So after class, I talked to her. I'm like, are you all right? You good? She was like, yeah, I'm good. Like, where have you been since?
Y'all had no classes together.
This all happened for. We had all the classes, nigga. We had 4 classes together. I sat next to Dominique in one class,
she ain't
but
seen you since the end. That's why.
I'm like, because I had her Facebook. I didn't talk to her on Facebook. But funny enough, I was talking to everybody else, but I was not talking to Dominique. I don't know what the fuck was wrong with me. I don't know why I was ghosting her. So time had passed by, and second semester had hit. And we had our classes changed and everything. I now share one class with Dominique, and that's literature. It was a math class that I went to, and this girl named Mariah. She had said, Corey, I gotta talk to you. And I was like, what's up? It was during class. She didn't give me a note. That was another time. That was with Abby. Mariah had told me, she was like, Dominique said that it's better if y'all just be friends. And I was like, what? Like, why is she doing this? She Dominique said y'all never did anything. She said that it seemed. Nah, she did. You know what's fucked up? Dominique was already dating a nigga named Rashad. She was already dating a nigga named Rashad. Like, it was in the gym class with this nigga named Rashad. Or I don't know why I keep calling him this nigga named Rashad. Like, he's a fucking like this a pimp named Slipback we're talking about. She had told me that, she doesn't, she said that it seemed like you didn't want to be with her. It seemed like she wasn't making you happy or anything. She didn't know why that y'all didn't like.
Hold on, bro. After you had hugged her,
you didn't want to be around her or anything.
Hold on, bro. After you had hugged her and shit, and after she was like, she was like, where have you been? Like, you pretty much ain't talked to me since then. Like, did you not change after that?
I didn't. I didn't. I literally gave her attention because people had told me to give her attention. But I did not know how to do like the boyfriend shit. I literally did. The only normal relationships, like the only way I was able to actually be a boyfriend to a girl was if I had like a long distance relationship with them. And then like my first.
That's crazy though, because you could have a fucking when you had a girl that was right with you, you was barely interacting with her.
That's the shit. Yeah, bro. I understand. Like my teenage years, I didn't fucking understand. I I funny enough, um Dominique was dating this Rashad nigga. I went to gym class and I asked Rashad, I said, "Are you dating Dominique?" This nigga Rashad was like, "Man, quit fucking talking to me, bro." I'm like, nigga, what the fuck?
Shit.
I'm like, what the hell? So I'm like, so Rashad was like, so Rashad just rushed the fuck away. And he's walking away fast as hell. Like this nigga did not want to confront me about it. So I go up to Rashad. I'm like, bro, what is your problem? Like, are you dating her or not? He was like, yes, I'm with her, nigga. Like, who fucking cares? I see them in the hall kissing, hugging. You know what I'm saying? It was one time on purpose. When I passed by, they started making out and shit. I'm like, all right, bro, I got something for you. So I didn't have nothing for that nigga. I just said so that's when I moved on to Abby. And funny enough, Dominica got jealous of Abby. And I already told the story about Abby, but I went to a party.
I thought Abby was elementary school. What age was this shit? The shit with Dominique?
This is 7th grade. I whatever I fucking age I was in 7th grade. 14 or something. I don't fucking know. I can't remember for real. But this is 7th grade. I got with Abby in 7th grade. And then funny enough, I got with a girl named Anaya. I wound up moving schools, and me and Anaya wound up being long distance, pretty much. As you know, whatever.
And that's your forte right there. Anaya, you got an in-person girlfriend, you don't fuck with him. So
right. Funny enough, what I wound up finding out, somebody told me that Dominique wound up fighting Anaya because she found out that she was dating me. And someone had told her, because I was telling Kevin about me and Anaya's relationship, and Kevin had told Dominique that I actually was talking to Anaya. Dominique had beat Anaya's ass, and she was saying, and she had a problem with me dating Anaya. I'm like, nigga, what? So Dominique was mad. Like,
you was with Rashad.
She had a problem.
You even care who I'm with?
Shit, I was jealous as hell of Rashad. I ain't gonna lie to you. I wanted Dominique back. I'm like, the fuck, nigga. Like, I want to scrape you before her, nigga. The fuck you talking about? So it got to a point where me and Rashad had became friends and shit. Before I left school and everything, or I left that school. You know, it's funny. My first, not kiss on the lips, but kiss on the cheek came from Dominique, because when I told her that I was leaving that school, she was like, "I'm really gonna miss you, and I wish we actually would have actually worked out as a couple. I actually wanted to stay with you, but it just seemed like you didn't like me." Like, she was sad as hell. She actually cried a little bit, and she hugged me for a long time and then kissed me on the cheek. I'm like, shit. Yes, that girl actually fucking wanted to be with me. So we wound up talking for a while after I left that school, and I just lost contact with her because I just lost Facebook. So I don't know, man. Shit, Dominique, if you wind up hearing this, nah, never mind. Shit, I ain't trying to get in trouble. Shit.
She probably went back to her side. Probably got a baby by that nigga and everything.
Nah. Funny enough, I was there long enough to see them break up. Rashad had wound up cheating on her with some white girl at the school. And,
well, you already know he didn't grow up to be shit. That nigga was cheating on his girlfriend in 7th grade. You know he didn't grow up to be shit.
that nigga probably got fucking Kentrail amount of kids right now. Fucking about 12 and shit. But yeah, Anaya and Dominique wound up fighting and shit. And Dominique told me. I asked Dominique. I was like, Dominique, why did you fight her? So I was like, I don't want to tell you, but you can go ask her. Me and Dominique me and Anaya wound up breaking up with me because I found who she was cheating on me with. And she was cheating on me with a nigga that I went to my new school with. I'm like, what the fuck? You are also in a long distance relationship with this motherfucker. How are you long distance cheating on me with somebody that you're also in a long distance relationship with? Sucking cyber dick. Like, this shit is insane, bro. Bitch. Like, after that, I didn't have a relationship for a long fucking time, bro. So
that is some funny shit, dog.
Don't do what I did, y'all. Please don't.